Dorian Malik and Jakub Mleczarski renew hostilities. It was Malik was just ahead in an enthralling race that Cartoons and Clarkson factored very heavily in at Three Sisters. Certainly Cartoons and Clarkson was right there, but not really able to make a firm impression on either of them, except for the two instances in which, of course, they both hit mechanical trouble. With Mleczarski coming in the heats and Malik's obviously coming in the pre-final. But certainly here at Wheaton Mill, really need to get Clarkson benefiting from the start and then enjoying the benefit of the slipstream throughout the course of the early laps, and then eventually the top two, the two main protagonists that we're expecting to see fighting for the win, taking up the places that we anticipated they would. So the Oscar Cole will be in the second row here, alongside Skip Clarkson. And then it'll be Neo Luizzo and Marco Dakin, who's done an excellent job throughout the course of the weekend. Tell a lie, it will actually be the 171 and 173, so that'll be Luizzo and Ethan Anderson up there. So here we go to a start. And Malik gets a good jump. They actually get very well spread out off of the line there. And a huge slipstream there for Mleczarski going up the hill. And a full start has finally been waved. They got much too spread out on that start for that to have been a legitimate start, but we didn't see any signals, and nor did we see anything on the graphics. So for a moment there, we thought we were racing, but no, indeed, that was not the case. You don't normally see a start as spread out as that being declared good, so they will go again. And the weather talk at the moment, there's a huge dark cloud over to our left, but there are more raindrops now falling on the circuit as we speak, despite the fact that there's not really any particularly dark clouds right above us. We're still getting it. It's just one of those days. As one of the observers next to me said, it's a microclimate around here. Anything can happen. So here we go for take two on a start. Malik brings them down on the left-hand side. Mleczarski on the right. Cartoons and Clarkson in behind will look to try and get into second place. It's actually Mleczarski that gets a better start that time, and Mleczarski will take the lead. And off towards the back, two drivers are 3-4-0. That is Amy Robinson and the 1-3-0 who is already out of the cars. I wonder if that maybe is Sinkovic involved in another incident. Mleczarski leads. I believe it's Oscar Cole that's gotten up into second. And might well be Battenberg's out, depending on how quickly we can clear the cart away there. It's already been moved, so with any luck we won't need to slow the carts. Here they come around to complete the first lap. Mleczarski leading, Oscar Cole second. Dorian Malik in third, Ethan Anderson in fourth, Neo Luizzo and Cartoons and Clarkson with a big job to do in sixth place, and already trying to move up one place into Christmas. Skip Clarkson gets past the 173. Mleczarski's lead over the line was almost 4/10 of a second. You would suspect he has a pace advantage over Oscar Cole. We've not seen Cole have the kind of pace to hang with the likes of Malik or Mleczarski. Malik now makes his move going into the boot. It was critical for Dorian Malik to make that move as early as he could to set off after the number 7 of Mleczarski. The gap now over the line is 3/4 of a second. between Milcharski and Mallet there, actually. Didn't quite get that shot on the stream, but they were both leaning down, trying to get the best run up the hill that they could. Milcharski knows this is where he wins this race or potentially losing it. There may well have been another incident, or is that just one of the workers? Yeah, so the worker that pushed the cart away earlier on, just running back across the track, and we are green all around. Raindrops are just increasing slightly here at Wilton Mill. We're expecting light rain for around 7 to 10 minutes at this point, I understand. So it could yet play havoc with this race. Malek has closed in tremendously by 4/10 on that previous lap, while Clarkson makes another move going into Christmas, and past Stephen Anderson he goes up into 4th place. Looks as if the gap has been maintained on this particular lap. 3rd place Oscar Cole is in a somewhat, for this stage of the race, a pretty lonely race. But that, of course, there's plenty of time for that to change. They go back up the hill. Milcharski actually did pull out a 10th and a half over Malek on that previous lap. There's 2nd now back to Oscar Cole, and we said that there was time for him to get caught, and now here comes Clarkson reeling him in as they headed towards the infield. Gap between them was 5.5 tenths. It is visibly less than that now. Will Clarkson make the move into the boot? Not quite, as Cole protects the position. Just positioning his cart towards the inside there. Now Clarkson should have the run. Cole once again defends his own. It's Clarkson almost getting out of shape on the entry. Now we'll try and go for the up and under through Inkermans and into Ashby. Does he have the overlap to make the move? Yes, he does. And into 3rd place goes Clarkson. And the rain now is the heaviest it's been all down. It will now start to affect the track conditions. Not quite yet, but if it continues in this way for another lap, it will affect the track conditions. The rain is here. You're watching the battle in the chicane. 2 of the novice plates getting out of shape. I believe it's a 180 and the 178. 176, our apologies. So that's Lewis Holiday and Adi Manor. And in the rain is affecting the drivers through Crook. Some of those in the midfield struggling to get around those opening 2 corners. Milcharski struggling too. Dorian Mallet on the inside. And Ashby. Slippery surface flags now out. Milcharski holds the... Well, it's going to be pandemonium here. They're all struggling to limp around. Milcharski slows it right down around the boot. Of course, they're all on slick tyres at the moment. This is going to be as treacherous as it gets. Whoever can get the result here will well and truly have earned it. Into Clarkson and Milcharski wide in oblivion. They all slow it down. There is an incident. Spinning around there appears to be the 130 and just avoids being collected. Towards the front, holding it together. Milcharski with an extended lead here. And an incident at Christmas towards the midfield. 3 drivers around. Mallet continues to fall back into the clutches of Carter and Skip Clarkson. And here he goes. Skip Clarkson into 2nd. Milcharski puts a wheel in the dirt and gets away with it. Yellow flags are now out. Everyone has gotten away from the... No, there's a driver in the barriers at Crook. That driver now out of the kart as Milcharski comes back around again. Local yellows being waved for that area of the track that's affected. Inskip Clarkson slows it right down ahead of Dorian Malik. And the Battenbergs are now out with 1 minute and 40 to go. 43, 2, 1, minute 40 to go now. Plus change. So that will be a relief, we suspect, to everyone that is still involved in the race. Just see if we can identify who it was. We don't have the benefits of the screen, unfortunately, that shows the tree. We've actually had a second driver go up at Ashby, so that's a 179 there. So if we check our live timing, we'll get our update on that. So the driver that went off, it's a yellow plate, but they're not showing as yellow on the timing screen, so that may be a tricky one to identify there. We know at Ashby, it's the 179 that's gone. No, it's not, because there's no 179 in this race. No, 179 would be Eskild Hewitt, who was showing up in 6th place. So let's see as they come back around. We'll recap the running order for you and clear up exactly what's going on. So the order is Milcharski leading, Dorian Malik in second, Austin Cole in third. Clarkson actually lost the place before the Battenbergs came out. Leo Luizzo then is fifth. Eskild Hewitt still showing in sixth, really enjoying the conditions. So it wasn't Eskild Hewitt that ended up in the barrier. It was a driver, the 1-7 driver. It might well be Rafa Malcolm, because he's showing a lap down. Maybe Amy Robinson is the other driver that went off at Crook, because that is a 3-4, which has to be 3-4-0. Charlie Simmons was out on the opening lap. They're going to wave the checkered flag, so the race will end here. Time is run out. We normally add on a lap. We're not going to do that here. We're just going to wave the checkered flag with the conditions worsening. So, provided they all get around safely, it will be Milcharski that wins. It will be Dorian Malik second. Inskip Clarkson losing out just before the Battenbergs were shown. Behind Eskild Hewitt in sixth, it is Marco Dakin seventh, Sander Hughes eighth, Ethan Anderson ninth, and then Adi Mano in 10th. I have to say, it's a great effort from Hewitt, actually, to get up to 6th place as the top novice, of course, one of the cadet champions moving up. And there we go, Milcharski then taking the win in our pre-final. Rain actually has eased up. We were informed that we should expect rain at pretty much this exact time for about 7 minutes, and that's effectively what we had. So the forecast certainly coming to us quite late, but that proving correct at least. We're expecting further rain around about 20 minutes from now, so that should mix things up a little bit more and lead to more drama. Now, of course, the tricky judgment call for some of these drivers will be whether or not you gamble on the slicks, given that the rain has eased up. The next race that we'll have for you will be our DRS125 grand final. They're due out on the circuit in 6 minutes from now, as the rain has actually returned and is the heaviest we've had it. And not only is it returned, it's actually the clouds are much darker now, so more rain incoming, and we suspect that we're going to start seeing wet tyres here at Wilton Mill.